side in that square base? How long is every side in this square base? There's 4 of them. Each of the 4 sides is how long? 12. All right, cool. How many bases are there per every pyramid? 1. Prisms have 2. Pyramids have 1 base, right? Rather than a prism where the sides are rectangular, a pyramid, the sides are all one shape. Triangles, and they meet at the top vertex at the top of the figure. On your formula sheet, and here, thank you, and here to the left, I have the formulas for surface area and volume of a pyramid. The surface area is given by 1/2 times P times cursive L. This is an L. P stands for the perimeter of the base. All the side lengths around the base added together. L stands for what's known as the slant height. That's a little bit different. We haven't used the slant height yet when we did prisms. Pyramids have what's called a slant height. The slant height would be the distance from the vertex at the top of the pyramid down diagonally along one of the triangular faces to the bottom base. It's called the slant height because doesn't it run diagonally, the top down? We notate that with cursive L. 1/2 times P times L tells you the area of all of the triangular faces around the pyramid. It's just 1/2 base times height for all the different sides. 1/2 times this base times the height, 1/2 times this base for that triangle times its height, and so on. What does the capital B stand for? Area of the base. So I take the area of all the different triangular faces and add on the one base area on the bottom, that's the total surface area. Got that? Look on your formula sheet. What's the formula for the volume of any prism? Prism, in general, has what formula for the area? I'm sorry, for the volume, pardon me. Area of the base times the height. For a pyramid, instead of area of the base times the height, now it's an extra 1/3 out. A pyramid volume is given by 1/3 times the base area times the height. Well, why is it 1/3? On the screen, look at this. I have on the screen what type of figure? How would you call that shape? Cube or a square prism, right? Its volume, what makes up that cube, is shown in blue. I'm going to divide the cube into pyramids. How many pyramids could I subdivide this cube into? How many pyramids can be made from its corresponding prism? Slide to the right. How many equal pyramids are made up of that one cube? 3. So if you know the volume of the prism, the volume of one of the pyramids inside of it is 1/3 the size, right? Since 3 pyramids make a prism, the volume of one pyramid is 1/3 the total volume of the prism. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the volume of its corresponding prism. Cones, these formulas are on the board. We'll do cones tomorrow. A cone surface area is given by pi times the radius of the circle times the slant height L. That slant height is once again the diagonal distance from the vertex down along the cone, plus pi r squared for the area of the circular disc. For the volume, what shape is the base of a cone again? I think I just said it. Every cone, the base is what shape? Circle. How do you find the area of a circle? Area of a circle is what formula? Pi r squared. So since a cone is a specific kind of pyramid, I can replace the area of the base, P, with the area formula for a circle, because every cone pyramid today. We'll do more cones tomorrow. So we talked about this pyramid a second ago. It's a square pyramid with base lengths of 12 and 12. That 8-meter length here would I call that? It's the slant height, not the actual height, the slant height. We denote that with cursive L. Formula for surface area is 1/2 times P times L plus the area of the base. Let's figure out what I have to know first. What is P, L, and B, so that I can use the formula. For the perimeter of the base, that's all 4 side lengths of the square added together. If I were to walk around the base, how far would I have walked? 48, because isn't it 12 4 times? Slant height we talked about is 8. What's the area of the base? Looking at that square base below, what would the area of the bottom side of our pyramid be? Because you're doing 1 and 1. 12 times 12, right? So we got everything ready to go now. Perimeter would be all 4 sides, 12 meters long added together, so that's 48. The slant height would be 8, is given in the figure. And the area of the base is 12 times 12, or 144. Plug and go. Surface area is 1/2 times 48 times 8 plus 144. Add that to your calculator. Tell me what you get. 1/2 of 48 is 24. 24 times 8 plus 144. That's surface area. What do you see on your calculator, guys? 336. In what units? Square meters. I like it. Got the surface area of 336 square meters. Part 1, check it out. Part 2, let's do the volume. The volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Not base times height, 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Because for every prism, its corresponding pyramid has a volume that is 1/3 the size. Like when I divided that cube up, right? On that link behind me. All right, well, I think I can reuse this area of the base again. It was 144. Is the height 12? No. Do we have the height? No, we've got to find that. The height is the vertex of the pyramid straight down perpendicular to the base. So I kind of draw that in red. There is our height. Thoughts on how I could find that missing height? Second tab. Pythagoreans would need a right triangle. How can I make a right triangle out of that? Second. Need a right triangle. So you're saying maybe extend this out to the right? In this right triangle, the hypotenuse is 8 meters, given by our slant height. Have the actual height here on the left leg. How long is this bottom portion? 6, because it's coming from where? After the base edge. Pythagoreans would be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 6 squared plus h squared equals 8 squared. We didn't necessarily have that height given to us, but that doesn't mean we can't find it using what we know about right triangles and this pyramid in general. We cut the height in with this red length. 12 meters is the length of the base edge, so this would be half of that length, or 6. Now I can use Pythagoreans to go from there. 6 squared would be 36. 8 squared is 64. Subtract 36 from both sides. What is that? 64 minus 36? 28. And solve by square roots. 28 is not a perfect square. Do not give me 5 point something. That's some approximation. I want the exact answer in radical form. Just like we've practiced over the other board in terms of pi, I want to answer in terms of a radical. But it needs to be simplified. What do I simplify root 28 into? 2 root 7? Because 4 divided 28 7 times. But the square root of 4 is 2. Once again, I prefer the exact answer. I do not want the decimal version. Whether it's in terms of pi or in terms of a radical, leave your answer in exact form. Do not give a decimal. Found the missing height using Pythagoreans. Questions so far? Now we should be ready to go. Let's plug and go in the formula. The volume is 1/3 of the area of the base, 144. Times the height we found by 2 radical something. Just like pi, pretend the 7's not there. Multiply everything else. 1/3 times 144 times 2. Need a little bit of help there, I suppose. What is 1/3 of 144 times 2? 96. Then just put it with the square root of 7 at the end. Put it in terms of radical 7. 96 square root of 7 in terms of what units? Meters cubed. Your thoughts there, ladies and gents?